Welcome back into another episode of Hefe's World. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We got the last game of the day, the last divisional round game. And boy, this should be a great game. We have Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen going at it again for the fifth time in their career. The Ravens travel to Buffalo. The Ravens are currently favored on the road here, -1.5. The over and under is 51.5. But let's take a little history lesson real quick on these two quarterbacks. Week 4 this past season, the Ravens destroyed Buffalo 35-10. However, 2022 week 4, the Bills won 23-20. Now, 2020 in the divisional round of the playoffs, the Bills would take a nice clean victory, 17-3. Now that is their only time facing each other in the postseason thus far, and the Bills have claimed that victory. But they had one matchup prior to that in 2019 in Week 14 where the Ravens won 24-17. So as you guys can tell, if you kept the tallies here, the Ravens and Bills are tied 2-2. So this one is for the marbles here. Game 5 to break the tiebreaker. The Ravens are currently 31st in passing and first in the rush. So it's going to be hard to get anything off the ground against the Ravens here. But passing wise, Josh Allen, however, doesn't have the receiving core that he did with Diggs last year and in previous years. So they do have a terrible passing off defense to work with. But the weapons they're gonna have to make some moves this week. Now the Bills are ranked 24th in passing and 12th in the rush. So Lamar, he may be able to get some things off with his legs, but we already know what Derrick Henry gonna do. Derrick Henry gonna have his, and Lamar's gonna have to show us his arm again. Now, as far as a winner in this game, what I'm leaning towards in this game, I do. It's hard to pick a winner here. And I'm really surprised that they have the Ravens favored in this game, to be honest with you, and not just because the Ravens probably might win this game, but I was really thinking they would leave this as a pick. I didn't think they would actually put anybody down to win this game. So it kind of surprises me to see the Ravens +1.5. Now we saw yesterday with the Commanders covering that huge spread in that money line +260. If anybody cashed that, so with that being said, I believe that we already had our money line victory this weekend. So since we have somebody favored here, I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens winning this game and having a matchup next week in Kansas City. And Josh Allen will go back to the drawing board. Most likely try and look for a new number one receiver for Buffalo and get get it right back next season. Um, as for the Ravens, they picked up Derrick Henry this offseason, and they have the pieces that they need. So I believe that they are more equipped to win this game this time and break this tie. I'm gonna go with Lamar and the Ravens to win. For the over and under here, ooh, it's a tough one. Again, this is playoffs. Like last time I said when we saw those guys in the divisional round in 2020, we had 20 points in total. However, week 4 this week we had 45 points. So none of these games that they've played so far have gone over this total of 51.5. So to me, it seems like you heavily lean on the under, and for me, it's hard to do. But I would say Ravens under for this matchup. I think that's more so a lock. Um, I think that's a good play, but definitely I think the Ravens should win this matchup since they're favored. I don't believe that we'll have another money line victory this weekend. We already had one with the Cardiac Commanders, and yeah, Ravens and Chiefs next week. What do you guys think? And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button at the bottom. I will have a full on results episode later on this evening.